Hello. In this presentation, we shall be walking through the KwikSchools results module. One of the most powerful features of the KwikSchools is our intelligent result management module, designed to cater for all categories of schools and classes. For preparatory classes such as pre-nursery, nursery, and kindergarten classes, the system uses a comprehensive skill-based assessment approach, allowing teachers to evaluate pupils based on developmental skills, learning milestones, behavior, and competency indicators instead of traditional scores. And for primary, secondary, and advanced classes, the module supports continuous assessment, examination scores, automatic grading, positioning, broadsheets, cumulative results, psychomotor and affective assessment, and professionally designed report card. So whether your school uses skill rating or numerical scores for any class, KwikSchools provide a seamless, accurate, and automated result processing experience that saves time, reduces errors, and delivers professional reports with just a few clicks. So follow me as we go into the module walkthrough. So the first thing you want to do is to log into the admin environment, the admin panel. Ensure you have registered all the classes in the school. Under the curriculum module, you will see the standard and the grade levels. That is where you enter all the classes in the schools. For instance, pre-nursery, kindergarten, nursery, primary, secondary classes. Then ensure you have entered all the subjects also. Ensure you have registered all the subjects on the portal, regardless of the classes. So register all the subjects that is offered in the school. So then we move to the report module environment. We have the prep report and the results module. The prep report prepares report cards for preparatory classes, as I've mentioned in the introduction, while the results module manages every other result. So we want to look at the prep report, which is named for the primary, for the pre-nursery, the nursery, the kindergarten classes. So it is good that you've registered all your subjects. Then you come to the prep report. All you need to do is to ensure you set the prep subject skills, then the rating skills. We have the module prep academic period, prep class configuration, prep report card, prep subject skill, and the rating skill. So if we open the prep academic period, you will need to register each of the academic period. I am recording this video at the period that we are in the third term of 2025-2026 academic session. So these have already been registered. You can edit it. Just you are already familiar with your admin panel. So I have registered the 2025, the 2026 academic session, the third term, and then the next term begins so that it can be captured on the pupil's result. The number of days school open, you can enter it there also. Let me put it to 120. So I save it. That's done. Then the next thing you want to do is to go to the prep report and then prep class configuration. The prep class configuration is where you register those classes that you mark as the prep classes. In this case, I've registered pre-nursery as one of the prep classes. So I can add another, say save and add another. So I look for the classes and I say nursery 1 as one of those classes also. I can save it there. Then I have nursery 2. I save it also. So if I go to the list of the prep classes here, the prep class configuration, I will see the list of those classes that are marked as prep classes. So ensure that you register all those classes as prep classes. So in this case, I will be using the pre-nursery as our study. So having registered that, the next thing I want to do is to go to the prep subject skills. Which subjects are being offered in a particular prep category. Here I've registered some subjects. For instance, I've registered computer. Let us open it. I registered computer. I pick it from the subject. Once you click, you will see the list of the subjects. So I pick it from the subject list. Remember, you've already registered all your subjects. Then the prep class, which of the prep class is this subject applicable to? Then I pick on the prep config for pre-nursery. You can see I've added nursery 1 and nursery 2, but in this case, pre-nursery. Then on the computer, so what are the skills I want to identify in the pupils? That is the subject skill. In this case, I say, okay, can identify computer parts. So I have already typed that in. The order in which I want it to appear under the computer in the report card. This is the order if I want it to be the second in order or first, but I'm registering only one in this case. So I'm going to save that for computer. Then this is handwriting. If the subject is not listed here, but at the time you will be doing yours, this place should be empty. So you go to add prep subjects and then click on the subject you want. If it is let's pick a subject, let's say civic education. The prep doesn't do civic education anyway. So if I pick any subject here, just pick any subject here, say Yoruba, then pick the prep class, then write the description. Can say something in Yoruba or whichever you want to put it. So register it there, put the order, then save it. So in this case, we are not registering that. I've already pre-registered some of those subjects. Then we have the handwriting, the moral. Let's open one of them. I have the handwriting here. Under the handwriting, I wrote, can write round curve, and I want it to be in the second order, for instance. So that is saved. And under handwriting also, can write stroke. You can see them here for prep class, and the order of it you can see beside it. I've already registered it. Then moral habit can say love is a feeling of affection. Under moral habit also can say we shouldn't put money in our mouth and all that. So you register all those classes and the subject skill you want to capture for the pupils. Then we go again to our prep module. Then the next thing we want to do is the rating skills. How do you rate them? Some school rate A, B, C, D. That means if you say science and health activity, can say the color of an apple is green and red, you can rate A or B or C or D as you may want it. But in this case, let's see how we did it here. So I register a rating scale called the first scale. You can name your own anyhow you want it. And in that, I capture 3 domains. And I have apprentice, practitioner, and expert. Your own could be more than this. It could be apprentice, intermediate, practitioner, expert, or it could be A, B, C, or D. So register it. You know how to do that already. Just go to add rating scale and then write the rating scale, the name you want it to be called. And then you add the labels. But in this case, we are not doing that. So let's open the one that we've already done. The rating scale, look at it. I call it the default scale. And then I still say it is the default that we're going to be using. So register yours and add the default. Then here, I add the label, rating columns. That is the way it's going to appear in the result here. I say apprentice, the practitioner, the expert, and the order it will be 1, 2, 3. So you can add more. If I click here, I can add more if yours has more than this. So I have only 3 in this result. So I'm going to save that. I've already registered that. So at this point, we are done with the prep report setting as the admin. So we have students that are already in this category of class. As at the time you register your students, they are already identified as a nursery 1 student, nursery 2 student, or nursery 3 student. So we are done with the prep configuration. Then what we'll need to do is to log in as a teacher or as an admin to the system dashboard. So we are logging to the system dashboard at this point. I'm logging to the system dashboard as an admin here. So, or if you are a teacher also, you log in as a teacher to the system dashboard, of course. Then look for the menu exam and results. Under exam and results, you will see prep class report. So if you want to enter result for other classes, you already know how to do that. Enter midterm scores, enter end of term scores, view midterm score, view terminal scores, and all those many. But we are concentrating on the prep class configuration. So prep class reports, I click on it. It's going to open uh, a new dashboard for me. In this dashboard, you can see that I have nursery 1, nursery 2, nursery pre-nursery, and all that. So I will see all the overview of the prep classes. So in this case, I'm going to just do with the pre-nursery. So I click on view my student, and you can see the students here. I have 2 students in pre-nursery. So I have Ngozi and Olawale. So I am already drafting their result already. So all I need to do is to go come here and say edit the results. Then you can see this is the result page for that particular student. Is a Ngozi Faith. This is the student ID. This is the class, and I've already configured the term to the third term, and this is we're using the default scale as we set, as you saw it earlier. So the subjects are listed here. You can see those subjects we've already identified here, and then the skill and the learning objective. So I have computer, for instance, for this particular student. So as the admin or as the teacher, if you're a subject teacher, you can only enter for the subject. You cannot enter information like day present, like what you see by the right hand of the dashboard, and then class teacher's comments and all these other comments, motto and effective rating. You cannot enter that as a subject teacher, but as a form teacher, you can do that. As the admin, you can do that also. So let's pick computer for this particular student. Can identify computer part. We say, okay, he's an apprentice in that place. We just pick it. Then handwriting. We say, can write round curve. Okay, he's an apprentice there, or he's a practitioner. Okay, can write curve. So he's an expert. Just click on it. You have already scored the particular student. So can write a stroke and dash. You say, okay, he's a practitioner. Then we go to moral habits. Can say love is a feeling of affection. Okay, he's a practitioner in that. Can say we shouldn't put money in our mouth, or we can say that very well. Then we go to another subject. This is the way you choose the subject and you rate the student. Under practical life, can clean table. We say yes, you can clean table as a practitioner. Can arrange his belonging. Okay, still the practitioner in that. On rhymes. Okay, can sing 7 days of the week. Oh, very well, you can do that. Under science, so you just scroll like that and score the pupils for all the subjects. So can say food, or all the subjects that are applicable in this case. So can say food make us to grow strong and healthy. You can say that. I can say the color of an apple is green or red. Okay, you can say that also. Social habits. Can say water is a colorless liquid. Yes, you can say it. Can mention the use of water. No, you cannot mention all. Can say music is any sound that is pleasant. You're still managing to say that. So after you've done all this, you've entered all the scores. All you need to do is just to save it. Each of the subjects, ensure that you save. We're not saving when we're saying. Can clean table. We say okay, yes. Can arrange his tables belonging. We say this. Then you save it. Ensure that you always save it, and you will see that message. Score saved successfully for practical life. Then you go to moral habits. You can see because we didn't save, we didn't get what we have done. So ensure that you save each of the subjects. So we have can say love is a feeling of affection. Yes, and then sorry for my mouse. Yes, and then we say this. We say okay. Then you save it. Then we go to handwriting also. That is already saved. We've already saved that. Ensure that all the subjects are saved. You save it. Then moral habits is already saved. Practical life is saved. Rhymes is not saved. So we say you can sing 7 days of the week. Very well, we save that. So ensure that you save all the subjects as you rate the pupils for all those subjects. So we have rated the pupils for all these subjects, and then we save it. So once the subject is saved, the teacher is done here. It is seen as a draft. You can see that it is seen as a draft because the admin is still going to go over it and see if what you have done is actually correct or is not correct, and then make modifications and all that. So with that, this is submitted for Eze Ngozi Faith. Then if we go to our admin dashboard, as the admin now, you need to approve it that it's not a draft anymore. It's a draft. You can see the draft mark up there. So if you are satisfied with all that the teacher has entered, all you just need to do is to go to the prep report card In this case, we are looking at Ngozi report card. You can see is the Ngozi fit, and then we can see the skill that have been entered for that pupil is 13. So all you need to do is open it, and then you can see all that. On the top, you can see pupil behavior. That is the psychomotor. You can enter that uh, from the other dashboard or from the admin panel. It can be entered. It has been entered already. Then you can make your remarks, and then all the admin needs to do here is just to say that this is no more a draft, it is submitted or it is approved or it is published. If it is published, the student can see it. If it is approved, the student will not still see it until it is published. Once it is published, the student can see it in their portal. That means that when the parent log into their child's portal, they can see the result. So I'm going to publish this result. So, and then all I will do is to save it, the dashboard for the prep report. You can see I refresh the page and you can see that it is published. So it is now published. So once it is published, we are good to go. So let's go to the overview and see all the students in the class, manage class, and then I can see the pre-nursery and all the classes, select period. Of course, this is the period we're already selecting, which is a pre-nursery for third term. And then I can see the student, there is the English. So let's view the results now. So to view the result, just click on it. Look at the beautiful result that we have generated for that pupil progress report for this period. And then you can see subject skill assessment as we have ticked them. Look at computer, can identify computer part. You can see it's an apprentice there. Handwriting, can write round curve, or is a practitioner there. So this is the way the result will be presented. And the psychomotor assessment section also, you can see all the psychomotor assessment. Then the class teacher's comment is there. The head teacher's comment is also there. The result comes with a QR code that is automatically generated and can be used to identify the particular student that has the result. So this is how you prepare the prep report card. Thank you.